Hello guys, welcome to the Code Ashram. My name is Rahul Shekhawat and this is our next video in the series of Selenium with Java. So in the last video we saw how we can create our first test in Selenium with Java. So in this video we will see how we can put assertions to verify our test steps. So for that we are going to use the TestNG's assert class to put the assertions to our test steps to verify our test steps. So for that, first we are gonna test whether the driver is successfully able to launch the URL or not. So for that, we are gonna divide our one single test scenario in multiple tests so that we can easily put the assertions to different test steps. So first we are gonna check whether the driver is successfully able to launch the application or not. For that we are gonna write a test launch application. So now I'm gonna put this driver.get .url in this function, and after that I'm gonna put a assertion assert dot assert equals where it takes two parameters, that is actual URL and the expected URL. So I'm gonna declare a variable named public string URL, and here I'm gonna initialize it in before class the URL. I'm gonna use this URL and this driver.get function, and now I will try to get what is the actual URL of the browser which got launched. So using driver.get current URL, we can get the current URL of the application which is already launched in the browser we have. So here, as I said, that it takes two parameters. So this is the actual URL, and here comes the expected URL. You can also add one more parameter, that is the message which will get printed if the assertion got failed. So we will put a message if the assertion got failed. This will be displayed that assertion failed, the application didn't get launched properly. And if it does get launched properly, then we will put a message using reporter.log class. We can display a message that assertion has passed and the application has launched successfully. So in this test, what we are doing is that we are gonna see whether the driver was able to launch the our application's URL properly or not. So in the next step, what we can assert is that after clicking on the forget after clicking in the next step, what we do is that we click on the forget password. So we can put assertion here is that after clicking on the forget button, this text appears. So we can inspect this and see. Okay, so this is in the H2. So we can make a CSS selector. So we can make a CSS selector using hash content H2. So you can see that this is easily locating this forgot password text So we can use that to assert whether the forget password text is appearing after clicking on the forget password link. So I'm gonna write a new function for that. Public void click on forgot password link. So I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna move it from here to here, and now I'm gonna assert after it takes us to the forget password page, we are gonna assert whether the actual text we are getting is equals to forget password. So we have created a CSS selector and we're gonna use it to get our text. So here we're gonna create a variable actual text where we're gonna first find our element using CSS selector y.css selector. So this will locate our forget password text and we are gonna get text. So let's trim it also if there is any space in the beginning or in the end, then it will trim that space. And here we are going to use our actual text and our expected text that which is forgot password. And here we are going to use our assertion message if the assertion got failed. We are not on forgot password page. And here I will print if the assertion got passed, this will print assertion passed. We are on the forgot password. So this will print our message, but this will not print our message to the console. For that we have to use log to the standard out true. So this will print our same message to the console as well. So in next step we will see how we can submit the forgot password form. So for that we will also put another assertion. Let's make it submit password form, where if we are going to first enter the email and then click on the form submit button, and then we are gonna assert, let's say we're gonna assert, we're gonna click on the retrieve password. So what we get is this message. We're gonna locate this using h1. So let's see if we are getting the internal server error or not. So this is the demo website. So this is not the properly functional website. This is just for the demo purpose. So that is why it is showing us internal server error instead of the proper success message. So we can assert that whether our internal server error message is appearing or not. So for that we are gonna put our assertion assert equals. So here we're gonna use another variable driver dot get driver dot find element by CSS selector h1 dot get text dot trim. So here comes our actual message and here comes our expected message, that is internal server error. We are also gonna put assertion failed message. that the form didn't get submit properly, and in the assertion pass message we can put we were able to submit the form successfully, and then true here. So we are done with our test, so we can check whether the assertions are working properly or not. So in this reporter.log, I am not printing I'm not using true boolean because we want to check whether this gets printed or not. Then you will see that this message won't get printed to the console because we haven't put true to it, put true uh, print to the console. So this will not get printed. But these two messages will get, you will see these two messages getting appeared on the console. So let's now one more thing before we run our tests. One more thing to note is that when we run our test class, the tests will execute in the alphabetical order. So this test will execute first, and then this class, and then this one, and then this. So for us to execute our test case in the sequence we want, we need to use priority. So first we will give it the priority one, that it gets executed first, then this get executed, and then this. So using priority, you can define the priority of your test so that they gets executed in the sequence you want. So now let's run the test. So you see the browser has opened, and it has so you see all the tests got executed in the sequence we wanted. First we launched the application, then we tried to click in the forget password link, and then we clicked on the submit password form. You see all the tests got passed, there were no failures. And I was talking about the assertion pass messages. Then you will see that this message doesn't get printed to the console because we haven't put true to here, which means that it won't get printed to the console. So this is how you can put assertions to your test cases and how you can prioritize your test cases so that they run in the sequence you want. So in the next video, we will learn how we can run our test cases from test.xml and how we can pass our test data from the test.xml file. So until then, tata, bye bye. Thank you so much.